Hello and welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, author, YouTuber, gamer, and aerialist. And today's video is all about preparing for Preptober. And I know what you're thinking. Preptober is a month of preparing, so why would you be preparing to prepare? Well, I have the answer to that question for you. But to start out, I'm going to explain what exactly Preptober is. So if you guys don't already know, November is NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, where there's basically this set goal to write 50,000 words in the month of November, and that's how you win NaNoWriMo. Well, because NaNoWriMo is in November, that means in October you must be preparing to be able to write your novel in November, and a lot of the prep work that you would do for that would include outlining and world building and character creation and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's what Preptober is. It is a month of prepping to write a novel for the month of writing novels. But yeah, so for me, I am actually doing some preparing for Preptober. If you guys don't know, I actually help run a NaNoWriMo dedicated server, which means for October and November, we are going to be having lots of events going on and live streams and chat sprints and all of the things that you want to participate in. If you're interested in joining us, I have a link to the Discord down below so you can check that out and join us. And yeah, so basically October and November are both going to be extremely busy months for me, and I want to be focused on my work because let's be honest, this year hasn't exactly gone to plan, and I want to be dedicated to focusing on my work for those 2 months. So what am I doing to prepare myself for Preptober? Number one thing that I'm doing is scheduling all of my social media posts for the months of September and October, because I don't want to have to be worrying about any of my social media posts or my YouTube videos or any of that stuff when I am in the middle of, working on things for my novels. So yeah, getting all of that stuff scheduled ahead of time, getting all of those posts pre-prepared, getting videos pre-recorded, because I'm gonna do some special Preptober videos. Getting all of that done before October is like the number one part of my preparing. The second thing, which I actually just did today, is figuring out what my work schedule is going to be as far as like my writing working schedule. So I've done a video in the past. It was Smart Goals for Writers. I will link that below in case you guys haven't seen that. That goes into more detail about how to set writing goals for yourself. So that is what I basically will be doing, except specifically I wrote down days and times for my writing sessions or my productivity sessions. So I know between this hour and this hour on this day, I will be working on my project dedication. So that's basically me making a Preptober work schedule for myself so that I don't have to think about it, or really so that there's no room for me to procrastinate, because I've already designated what time works with my schedule around like the other things going on in my life. And I know that these times on these days are when I can fully dedicate myself to my projects. So that is the second thing that I did to prepare for Preptober, was to make that schedule for myself. Now, the third thing goes right along with that, and that is to actually set goals for the month. So figuring out what you want to achieve in the month of October and what all you want to have prepared, be it a certain number of character profiles, a certain amount of world building, certain plot points, or certain number of scene cards for like an outline. Having those goals listed out for the month of October is super important, because you're not going to reach your goals if you don't know what they are. So set yourself your goals, know what you want to accomplish in the month of October, in order to set yourself up for success in November. So basically, I'm just pre-thinking about those goals ahead of time and having those goals prepared, so that way October 1st comes, I know what I need to get done, and I know when I'm working. And I know that my social media posts are already scheduled. So it kind of clears the plate for me to have a better Preptober by having my goals set. The fourth thing that you can do that I am also actually doing is planning for events that will be hosted. So if there's live streamers that you follow that you want to be there for their streams, if you know that there are people that are going to be doing writing sprints, and by the way, I personally am coordinating and setting these things up for my own Discord, again, linked below if you guys want to join, to make sure that I have people who are doing live streams on certain days at certain times, or doing channel sprints on certain days and certain times, so that way my fellow author friends have events that will be kind of, put together on our Discord, and they can just jump on and they can be like, all right, this event's happening this day and this event's happening that day. So that is kind of another thing that I'm doing to prepare for Preptober, is getting that schedule filled out, getting volunteers, reaching out to people to have them help me with putting on events for Preptober. So that's exciting, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But that is one thing that I'm kind of just getting taken care of so that I don't have to worry about it during Preptober, when I want to be focusing 100% of my energy on my projects, preparing for my projects. And then the last thing that I'm doing to prepare, this is kind of my fifth thing on this list of ways to prepare, is to tell people ahead of time that you're not going to be available. And this varies from person to person, but for me, I like to tell people ahead of time, especially for November. I'm like, hey, I don't exist. I'm not going to be available. If you ask me to do something, my response is going to be, I can't, I'm writing, or I need to reach my writing goal first. Or maybe if I get my writing done first, which is also sort of a no. So telling your friends and family and loved ones ahead of time that you are going to be focusing on your goals, and that you're taking this month or two to focus on you and what you want, and that you are just not going to be available for hanging out every weekend and doing all of these things. And we all have different schedules, so maybe you can still do some of that and reach your goals depending on what your goals are. But for me, I basically just vanish from the earth when it comes to hanging out with friends, because if I'm not actually writing, I might just need to have some downtime for myself. In which case, like, for me, going out to events is actually like physically and emotionally and like creatively draining. So like, even if I've reached my writing goal for the day, I might not want to go out because I want to recharge so that I can write tomorrow or work tomorrow, So yeah, that's kind of the fifth thing to do, is to let everyone know that I'm not going to be very available over the next couple of months. And yeah, that is what I'm doing. That is how I personally am preparing for Preptober. I am extremely excited about it. Like I said, I am running the Nano server now, which I hadn't been doing before. So yeah, lots of events and lots of excitement for that. Other than that, you guys should know I am a self-published author. My book is available if you guys want to purchase it. It's always linked below, as well as Project Infinity, which is my sci-fi boys love series, and it's free to read over on Tapas. If you want to support me and what I do here, consider becoming a patron. I'm post all of my content early access on Patreon, but also I think I'm going to be making some exclusive videos for my patrons for the month of October, Preptober themed, of course, about, outlining and all that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, consider being a patron of mine. But otherwise, if you guys like these videos, thumbs up, comment below, subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays, and I host live streams where we do writing and writing sprints on Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Kayla's World.